Hey everybody, it's Tamika. I am here to share with you guys a tutorial on how I created this gift bag set. They are full of tags, not full, there's 4 tags that we make from start to finish. I think it turned out absolutely beautiful. I made one on camera and then I ended up making another one because I really liked how it turned out. So I wanted to kind of use up the rest of the papers that I had. So this is the Carta Bella paper called Spring Market, and this is actually my second time purchasing this paper. I'll put a link below on the project that I did using almost all of the paper the first time, and I used it for some cards later on after that, but I'll put a link for that video down below. This is actually on sale at scrapbook.com, so be sure to grab yours if you want to try to make what I'm making here today. And they're super easy and fast, and I think they're cute, and I think that you're going to like them. So we made the box and put it all together from start to finish here on this tutorial. So I added some tissue paper, and let me show you what the tags look like. And we made all of these tags. Super cute. Great for Mother's Day, friends, family. It's just a really pretty spring project. So this is the first one. The stickles on there are so adorable. And then this one with some hand punched flowers. Really, really pretty. The tags have been embossed with a polka dot embossing folder. This one's adorable as well. Feel free to add like a to from on there, add your extra little charms or anything. Really cute. This is my favorite. It's got to be my favorite between this and that one. I don't know. I like that one too. So I don't know. I think they're so cute. Really easy and fun to put together, guys. So makes a great gift again. And again, you have this box that we created, not box, bag, and you can make this in any size, guys. So it's really easy. Once you make one, you're going to make a whole bunch. Even if you don't want to make a gift set, another idea is you can make 4 of these boxes and then use your tag, you know, hang this on your tag, and then you can give away a gift in each of these boxes. And you can do that too. Instead of giving away the set, you can just make yourself a cute little bag and tag combo and use it that way. So a couple options there for you. You can use the tags, make the boxes for other projects. Just a really fun project to do. So stay tuned. We're going to walk through everything that you need and everything that you need to do. So hopefully you guys like the tutorial. If you do, be sure to leave a comment and like the video, guys. Share it. And if you happen to recreate it, please tag me on Instagram. I'd love to see that. Thank you guys so much for those who do that. I appreciate it greatly. All right, let's get started. All right, so these are the items that I'm going to be using. Of course, if you do not have the items that I'm using, find something that's same or similar to it and substitute, change things out. Just use your creative intuition and keep it moving. I'm using 110-pound weight cardstock. I have some 8.5 by 11 sheets here. I have 3 sheets pulled out. 2 are going to be for my bag and 1 are going to be to cut my tags out. I'm using my Silhouette Cameo. I'll put the file down below that I'm altering for the file, and I think I'm going to cut it at 2.5 by 4.5, but I'll put the measurements for sure down below. You're going to need a black piece of cardstock. You don't need a lot. You just need half of this, but this is a leftover sheet. And then some colorful sheets. I'm using pink, yellow, and this green. You really just need a 1-inch strip, but I've pulled the whole thing out, obviously. And then you're going to need your paper. So as I stated previously, I'm using Carta Bella Spring Market paper. Perfect for spring, perfect for Mother's Day. It's such a pretty paper. This is my second time purchasing it. I've done quite a few projects with the paper before. I'll link some of the videos down below, and I'll also link where you can purchase it. You can get it. It's on sale right now at scrapbook.com, so I'll put that link down below. I purchased now the digital collection. So these are the sheets that I've pulled that I'm going to use, and this is cut out on 80-pound glossy paper. So it looks a little glossier than I'd like. Here's a little glare. It's sturdy though, but I don't know if next time I cut it, I'm just going to cut it normally, how I normally do it with the 80-pound cardstock or 100-pound cardstock, but figured I'd try something new. So what I did was I have the elements that I'm going to use. So I have them already ready, already printed with my Silhouette component so it can read and cut out what I need to cut out. I'm only going to use the electronic cutter to cut this out these boots, because these 3 items are going to be used die cut to cut it a die. So I didn't bother to trace or anything like that for these. And then I'm using this sheet, that one. This one I'm using a couple times, I believe, according to my little sketch. So I needed this whole sheet. And then I'm going to use something from there, this one, and finally this wood panel. So that's all that you'll need for the papers. You're going to need an embossing folder. I'm using this Darice embossing folder. It's a polka dot. I think it's really cute. I'm going to use the polka dot embossing folder. You're going to need some type of a punch, a leaf punch. So this is the one I'm using, this Martha Stewart one here. Or if you have a die, of course, do the same thing. You literally just need a couple of these stickles, like 3, not a whole lot. I'm going to use this little flower punch, and this is an EK Success small flower punch. You're going to need a hole puncher or your Crop-A-Dile, what have you, to punch the holes for your gift bag and for your tags if you're making those by hand. A molder for the flowers. I forget what this tool, I think this is a quilling tool, but you're going to need to mold the flowers, and a pad to mold them on. I didn't grab a pad, but I'll come back and show you one of those at the end. Of course, you're going to need some scissors and a bone folder. I'm using some twine in black and white, and then this gold. This is that comes in the littles, like 52 cents. Oh my gosh, I can't think of it, but it's whatever. It's in the yarn section. I can't think of it. They come on the little oh my gosh, you guys help me, but you know what I'm saying. There we go. In gold. And then some wet glue, hot glue, double-sided tape, using some stickles in gold. I'm using this double-sided tape because I'm too lazy to load my ATG gun, and some ribbon for the handles of your bag. Now let me go back and let me go find the pad that I'm going to be using to make the flowers. Alright, this is the little foam pad that I'm going to use. It's like a little memory foam pad I get from this local mom and pop shop. It does a great job at molding my flowers. And then also I'm going to use some double-sided tape. So that's it for like the little extras. I'm going to bring out the dies here really quick. Okay, and for my dies, I'm going to use this cute little frame. It's a little lace frame. I'm going to use this oval. It's a scallop stitched oval. And this is just a regular stitched oval. This cute little doily. And then this set of scallop circles, one smaller than the other, and this little banner piece. Okay, that's it for the dies that I'm going to use. So try to find something, you know, in these shapes if you're using the same paper, or if you're not using this paper and using a totally different paper and doing other kinds of tags, just try to mix and match your die collection to kind of give it some texture and some variety so it can differentiate from all the rest of them and just add a little bit more interest. All right, so also let me grab a couple other things that you're going to need. You will need your scoreboard, your paper trimmer, and I'm going to use this pack of flatback beads that I got from Michaels, and I'm trying to use them because there's a lot in here. I feel like I've used them a lot, but they keep refilling themselves somehow magically overnight. So I'm trying to use my little beads here, so I'm going to use the gold ones from this selection because I really want the ones at Hobby Lobby, but I won't get those until I'm at least halfway done with these. So grab some flatback pearls if you can to add a little interest to your project, even if you have just a pop of color. So I'm using the gold, but silver or black will work as well. So go ahead and grab those supplies and let's get started. The first thing you're going to do is take one of those white sheets of paper, the 110 pound weight, 8.5 by 11, and cut out your tags, whether you're using a die cutting machine or an electronic cutter. My Silhouette cuts out 6 in the size, and these are 2.5 by 4 3/4. So I cut those out, so I'll get 6 out of them. You know, I didn't want to waste any paper, but we're only going to need 4. And then I also offset this circle, and I'll put the file down below. I offset the circle so I can make some hole reinforcers for the tags. So I did two, one for the front, one for the back, and I cut those out using the black cardstock. So go ahead and cut yourself out 4 tags and get ready to pull out your embossing folder. I'm using this polka dot one, and we're going to run these 4 tags through the embossing folder. I'm going to do it this way and run it through and then come back and we'll get started with the rest. All right, so I have embossed my tags. Aren't they so cute? I love them. So this paper is pretty sturdy, but if you want, you can go ahead and cut out extra, line this up in the back, and adhere it together. You can always do that if you'd like. So I'm going to leave mine single, so I'm okay with that. Then I'm going to take my hole reinforcers and I'm going to find the back side, the side that I want to use, and I'm going to add some wet adhesive. And I'm using, a lot of people always ask, I always have this in the description box, and I get it from Amazon, and I get the little bottles too from Amazon as well. All that'll be linked down below if you're interested in getting your own. I love this wet glue. I don't even like using wet glue. I only use it because it's out of necessity, and I would prefer to use my hot glue gun all the time, but you cannot use hot glue gun on every project. So some things you have to use wet glue. But if I have to use it, then I just use this one. And I buy it in the large container. Let me pull it out. I buy it in the large container, and then I fill up little bottles so I can take it with me to go. So, and that container stays. I don't have any problems with it at all. And I just like these fine tipped bottles. So anyway, that's food for thought. So I'm covering the back of these tags with these hole reinforcers. And it dries quickly. Then I'm just going to put the hole reinforcer on one of them on 2 of them in the front for now. And then I'll come back and do the other 2 later, because we'll be adding some paper to it. So just make sure you keep track of those. Now, if you don't have it, if you are cutting your tags by hand and you don't have a hole reinforcer, if you have a little circle punch, you can use a circle punch. Hold on, let me grab a scrap sheet of paper. Okay, so let's say you have, this is a circle, just pretend this is a circle punch. You take your circle punch, the smallest one that you have, and then you take a small hole punch. Where did it go? This is what happens when you veer off the beaten path. All right, and then you take a smaller hole punch and punch it in the middle. And you guys get the point. It's not working out right now, but you get the point. Make a big circle, put a circle in the middle. I'm done. I'm staying on my beaten path because I can't deviate because there's issues. All right, so I have the 2 front and back, and then I have the 2 just on the back for now. So I'm going to set the 2 that are double-sided hole reinforced off to the side and one of the other ones. So we're going to work on this one right here. All right, so for this tag, I'm going to need this gingham sheet and then those 3 colors of paper that we used and that black piece of paper. So the first thing I'm going to do real quick is use my larger circle, whether you use a scallop or whatever, use a square, whatever you use the larger one. You're going to cut it out in the black. So I'll do that and I'll be right back. All right, so we've cut the larger circle using that. We don't need this black piece right now anymore. And then you want to take your small flower punch and you want to punch out some flowers. I'm going to punch 2 in the yellow, 2 in the pink, and 2 in the green. And then we're going to go ahead and mold these. Oh, I don't like that one. That was on the edge. Okay. The green. Okay. Put those away. And then the Martha Stewart punch we're going to use to make some leaves. And then we'll need to do 4 of those. I like to cut right at the edge of the paper so I can save this if I need to do a quick banner or a page flag or something. So we'll just need 4 of those. I'm going to grab my little mat out. All right, so I'm just going to take my little curly tool and I'm just going to kind of form up these leaves so they can appear to be leaves. So I'm just really just curling up the edges just a little bit, not too much. And this pad is pretty thick. So whenever I go to that shop, I always look to see if they have, you know, larger or smaller or just different variations of this foam, but they pretty much just carry this one. All right, and then I'm just going to curl up these flowers. This little Martha Stewart set has come in handy in so many of my flower making, even with scoring too. If you have something that needs to be scored or thinner, or, you know, it's come in handy. So I really like this. It was $10. I got it a while ago. And I got it online. I'll link it below too as well, but you can always check and see if like any of the other stores have it, Michael's or something like that. So I'm going to cup those up. And that's it for that. My hot glue is on. I don't know if I mentioned that earlier, but I got my hot glue going. I'm going to get these little pearls out that I have a million of, and I'm going to put the smallest ones in the center of these flowers. So I'm going to need 5 of these tiny ones. And I didn't grab my tweezers, so this is going to be fun to watch with my big fat fingers. So let's see how we're going to do this. All right, set that right in the middle. Okay, and you want to do these for, you want to do these for all of these little flowers. All right, these little cup things are so cute. Okay, so now I want to pull out this piece here, and I just need this little strip. It says, make room for what matters, breathe deeply, learn something new, choose simplicity, and keep growing. So I am just going to use this make room for what matters. It's a comma right after it, so I'm going to have to like snip it right at the comma, like right before, a breath right before it, in order to get all of the word in without the comma. I like using these little strips. They have nice little quotes, and I don't want to use the whole sheet of paper, the whole strip, so I just want to use this quote. See? Make room for what matters. I love it. And then I'm going to, first thing I'm going to do, I'm going to pause this real quick. I'm going to plug up my Cameo and cut out my items because I don't want to use my die cutting and then it's all wonky and I can't die cut what I wanted. So I'm going to do that and I'll be right back. Okay, so I have cut out the pieces that, you know, I wanted to be cut out. So I'm going to put those aside because we're not using those right now. And for this one, I'm going to use this Fresh Flowers. And I'm going to grab this die and cut it right here so I can have the fresh flowers with a little bit of the spray onto the side. But I'm going to die cut that out. And while I'm there, so we can all have to go back and forth, I'm going to use this scallop circle, this oval scallop, and I'm going to cut that out like that. And then I'm going to use this one and cut out this Hello Spring. So I'm going to do these 3 and I'll be back. All right, so I've cut out my pieces. I'm going to set these to the side because I don't need them right now. And that one, really cute. So I'm just going to take my tape runner and add some tape to the back. And then add it to the scallop circle, like so. All right, so I have, I think I said no side, but I'm using a tag that has reinforcers on both sides. So, and then I have my little sentiment piece. I have my flowers, my die cuts, and all of my stuff ready. And then I'm going to get my twine, and we are good to go. So I'm going to put some adhesive or pop dots on the back of this sentiment. 1, 2, just like that. And you guys know I like to double reinforce, so I'm going to add some hot glue off camera here. And this is going to go right in the center. Put your pop dots in the center so that you have space to put your flowers. Your leaves. So I'm just going to add a little bit of hot glue to the back of this leaf, and that's going to tuck underneath that little scallop circle there. And I'm going to use 2 up top. And then I'm going to use 2 down here opposite at the bottom. Being careful not to touch the sentiment in the middle or the tag before you get to its final destination, I guess. Here we go. And I'm just going to take my scissors and kind of make sure that it hit the bottom of the tag. So that's that. Easy enough. Okay. And then I'm going to cut this pop dot in half and put one end on this side and then one end on the other one. And then I'm going to add some hot glue. And that's going to go right here at the bottom. Just like that. Alright, and these little flowers are going to layer on the side. So I'm going to do pink and yellow. I'm going to try to alternate that there. And then I'll put this green one kind of like that. So I'm going to glue those down really quick. Alright, that's what we have so far. I decided to put the little green one down there at the bottom. Although I could cut another green one and put it up there, but I'm just going to leave that like that. And then I'm going to get a little bit of twine, and I'm going to make a, what the heck, why is this twine twisted so little like this and this is not? That's so weird. Okay, so I'm going to make a little bow and put a little bit of hot glue right at this above the top center of this whole reinforcer, and then that's where I'll put my knot. Let's try to pull that a little bit more. There we go. I'm going to bring it back out one of these little dots. I'm going to use a medium-sized one this time. I'm going to add a little bit of hot glue and put that right in the center. And this tag is done. Whoops. Now it's done. Cute. Really cute. Feel free to flip it over, add a to from stamp or something on the back, but we're done with this one. So let's move on to the next one. Alright, so for this next one, use a tag where the whole reinforcer is on the front and the back. And then we're going to need the stickles. And then we're also going to use the skull thread. We're going to need this sheet. We're going to use this sheet as well. We're going to need some black cardstock and this sheet. And also the sequins and the twine, the coordinating twine. So gather all these things out. So I'm going to use the die cutter again. I'm going to cut my stitched oval out in black cardstock to create a little background. So I'm going to cut that. I'm going to use this oval to cut that little sentiment out. It's going to be close, but it will work. And then I'm going to use this super fancy die to cut out a piece on this wood grain. So I'm going to do that and I'll be back. All right. So go ahead and get that out. And then there's a couple little pieces that want to hang around, and clear those out. I can't stand to see a die where all the pieces are not out. Drives me nuts. Okay. Okay, so we're going to add some tape to the back of this one. Center that. And then we're going to add some tape to this oval. and center that right in the middle as best we can. Here we go. That's super cute. Okay, then we're going to grab our tag. That's my front. So what I want to do is create like a little border, but first I got to trim off this white part here. Yeah. Okay. So these arrows are going every which way, but the pattern paper, it has a little angle on it, so I want to catch that angle. So I want to catch the angle at an angle, if you get what I mean. So I am just going to cut a corner off and then follow the pattern that way. Put a little tape down there to hold it. And then I'm just going to cut off the extra. Okay. And take this little piece and do the same thing, just making sure I pay attention to the direction. If I can't use it, then I won't, which I can't. So I'm going to cut off another little piece. All right, just wanted a little piece at the top. And so now, get that on there, we can add some dimensionals to the back of this, whatever piece or whatever die cut you use. Just add some pop dots to the back. I'm going to add some hot glue and center that right there. Okay. I'm going to bring my pearls back out. Dang it. All right. And these are going to go on the either end here of this little lace tag. So I'm going to grab some hot glue. Whew, and I'm going to put it right there. And then grab the other one. That's going to go there. Okay. And then we're going to, before I add these stickles and this other, what do you call this, sequence, I'm going to add this tag. I mean, not the tag, this twine. Thread it through here. Like that. Alright. I'm going to add two, literally, sequence. The tiny ones. Alright. I'm going to use some wet glue. And that can just actually stay right there. Put a dot of this wet glue there. And these are cupped sequins. I got them from Walmart. And then a dot there. And then I'm going to put some stickles to make tiny little dots, because I don't have anything that small. Now this will get kind of hairy, and I still can't think of what the name of this is. Embroidery thread. Ah, I bet you so many of you said it earlier. That's what it's called. Embroidery thread. It literally just came to me. Got a dot of hot glue. This is where I'll put my knot. And then I'm just going to cut off the extra. And this is the next tag. How cute. All right, let's move on to the third one. All right, so for this next one, of course, we only have two tags left. This one doesn't have hole reinforcer on the back. That's the side that we're going to be working on. We're going to need this green sheet of paper that we use to cut these leaves out. We're going to need that flower die cut or whatever huge die cut you have to be your focal piece. I'm going to use this sheet of paper And we'll need some stickles, of course, and pop dots. So I'm going to grab my trimmer. I'm going to cut this off first so I can just be out of the way. And I'm going to cut a strip. So I'm going to get this border down. And then I'm going to cut a strip about 1 inch wide. Okay. Then I'm also going to cut off this strip at the top that says "Enjoy the Journey." And I cut it down on both sides. Okay. So I'm going to fussy cut this little part out that says "Enjoy the Journey." And there's a little arrow. I'm going to cut it right on that arrow because I'm going to use it. I'm going to use that space as a fishtail. So it's really a small space, so you're just going to make a really small little fishtail by cutting it in the center and then cutting it at an angle to meet to the center. And we're going to do that on both sides. And this last one. So I'm going to clean this edge up here. Looks like I need a new blade on my trimmer. I use it a lot. All right, so we have that "Enjoy the Journey." And then I'm going to take this off. Okay. And that strip, where did it go? There we go. Okay, this strip is going to go right down the center. So I'm just going to take some tape and draw 2 lines very close together right down the center. And then I'm going to put this in the middle. Center is the best way you can. Okay. Cut off the extra, the top and the bottom. Okay. Grab your Crop-A-Dile or your hole punch, whatever you're using. Follow the guide of the hole on the back to cut another hole. And then grab your hole reinforcer that you have. You should have 2 left. And go ahead and add your hole reinforcer to the top. There we go. You're going to take the back, you're going to take the back of your large focus piece and add some dimensionals to it. I'm going to be safe since this is pretty wide and just add some on the side as well. I'm going to take it off, add some hot glue to the back, and then attach it to the tag. And I'm going to center it right as best I can, making sure all of my pieces have touched the tag bottom. Okay, and then this "Enjoy the Journey," it is going to require some dimension as well. This is a dimensional tag. And a little hot glue that's going to go right there at the bottom. And then we're going to use the stickles, or you can use flat back pearls or whatever you're using. And then we're going to fill in the centers of these flowers with a dot of the stickles. If it's not a center, make a center. Super pretty. And guess what? We're going to finish up with some of these pearls right at the bottom. Just going to grab 2. And we're done. Look how cute that is. Sparkly, just has to dry. We can add a little bit of trim. Not trim. Twine. There we go. We are done with card number 3. That just has to dry. So we're going to set that aside to dry. And we're going to finish up with, tag number 4. Okay, so for the last tag, we're going to work on the part that has no hole reinforcer. And we're going to cut out 2 ovals, one in the pattern paper of this design and then one in white. And then we're going to cut out another white piece in whatever doily die you chose. we're going to use our Hello Spring die cut. And then we're also going to use our boots die cut that we cut out earlier. And then we're going to use this strip down here. We're going to cut that off. So I'm going to cut my die pieces out and I'll be right back. All right, so I've cut out the oval in the two dies, one with this pattern and then one in the white pattern. And then here's my die cut. And then here's my little doily. That is so cute. I love this intricate piece. And then here's the strip from the paper that we used. All right, this is going to work similar to the last one where we're going to find the center, which is probably just on either side of this hole. And then I'm going to put this black piece right down the center there. Yeah, make sure that's on there real well. And then cut off the extra. Okay. And then again, get the hole reinforcer, or get your hole puncher, or whatever you're using, and find the center. And then grab the hole reinforcer that you have left, should be the last one, and then glue it on top using the wet glue. So that's that. So then I'm going to, see, this is the front. I'm going to flip it over to the back. I'm going to add some hot glue to the back of my white oval. And the back side is going to go on that white oval. And then the front side of this oval will match up, but I'm going to add some hot glue on it as well. Just like this. And center it right there in the middle. It's to add some stability to this doily. See how cute that is? So pretty. So then I'm just going to add some hot glue on the back of this, on the back here, and center it right there. Center it the best way you can, but remember to leave space for the sentiment down at the bottom. So again, I'm going to cut down this little foam to add pop dots to, or dimension to, the back of this spring. Okay. This Hello Spring. And fold that back a little bit. And I'm going to add another piece right in the center there to give it some more height. And then I'm going to add some hot glue. We're going to kind of pinch this in. So that's going to match up there. We're going to kind of bring in these sides a little bit. All right, that's that. Okay, and then we're going to take our boots. We're going to add some dimension to them. It's going to go there. Go there. Seems about right. Yes. Finishing touch of some pearls. And then I'm going to finish it up with a little bit of the twine. There we go. There's our fourth tag. Super cute. Isn't it adorable? So pretty. Okay, so let's bring out all the tags that we made. And look how cute those are. Aren't they so adorable? Yes, they are. So what we're going to do now is make a quick bag to put them in. It won't take but a few more minutes and we'll be done. We'll pack them up and we'll be ready to go. So to make this bag, you're going to cut down 110-pound weight cardstock to 8 by 8. And then I'm going to grab this sheet here and I'm going to cut a piece down to 1 1/4, or 2 pieces down to 1 1/4 inch in length. All right, you want to take your scoreboard and your bone folder and you want to score it at 1 1/2 on 3 sides. 1 1/2, 1 1/2, and 1 1/2, and then 1 inch on the fourth side. You want to do that to both pieces of paper. Okay. If you were using pattern paper, double-sided pattern paper, that will work well. That way your rim, you don't have to use an extra sheet of paper. That's what we're going to use to decorate the box, is that extra sheet of paper. So score over that 1.5, open it up, score over that 1.5, and then this side for the 1.5, and then the 1 inch, score it over all of them. Okay, so the 1 inch piece will stay folded down. That's not going to come up. So just the side that's the 1 inch, I'm going to use some double-sided tape and get the top and the bottom, and then just fold that down. Use my bone folder. That's to reinforce this top here, not have a sharp edge. Okay. And then you want to come over and cut out this whole little square on the left and on the right. Cut that out, and then cut this one out. This is on the opposite side of what you just taped down. It should be 1.5 inch squares. So you should have something that looks like this. And that's the piece that we just folded down. You want to do the same thing to the other side. Score it all the way around on the bigger pieces, the 1.5 pieces. When you get to this one, you want to score it, but then you want to tape it down. This is the 1 inch side. Use your bone folder to get a nice crisp edge. And then you want to do the same thing. Cut out these bottom squares. So we want to connect these two flaps together, like so. I'm going to use hot glue. Feel free to use whatever you'd like. If you're not happy with the hot glue, or you don't feel confident, or what have you, use double-sided, some good double-sided tape. So I'm just going to lay these right on top of each other. We're connecting the two flaps together. And then quickly grab your bone folder and kind of catch it while it's still warm so it's not lumpy. You got to be quicker than that. All right. And then you just fold these over, or this is how it's going to go. You're going to fold these over, but not yet. We're going to make our holes. So you can eyeball them if you'd like. I am going to do that. And put one right here. And then I'm going to slide over and put another one there. Okay. And then I'm going to match it up. I'm just going to push these together, the two sides together, line it up, and follow my little template here to punch through to the other side. And we're going to thread ribbon through. So now you can go ahead and add some adhesive to these side panels. I find it easier if you put the panel together like this and hold it, and then add your hot glue or whatever, double-sided tape or whatever you're doing. Okay, and then go ahead, make sure it's all lined up, put it down. I quickly lay it down, and I grab my bone folder and I spread that glue around, making sure it's flat so it keeps it from being lumpy. And then you want to do the same thing for the other side. I want to make sure I'm making the ends the same. So match it up and glue it down. Match up the sides. Get in there. All right. Sturdy box. Now you can take your paper. Now you don't have to have this at 1.5. You can make it more or less, thinner or wider. It's totally up to you. This is going to fit all around one way, and then the other piece is going to finish it off. So this should fit all around the perimeter. Kind of guide it along and fold it over so you can be ready for where the corners are. Just like that. So we know we're going to stop it right there. So I'm just going to cut it right on that mark where I pinched the corner at. All right. And then for this one, I'm just going to add some double-sided tape. See, different tapes for different things. I mean, like I said, you can't use hot glue for everything. You can't use wet glue for everything. You can't use adhesive. So, you know, it's a variety. It takes a village of adhesives to work together. Okay, so we're following this along, and we're right at the top here. Let me get in the camera. Right at the top of the edge. Follow it along. And finish it off. And I'm just going to get my bone folder, kind of give it a good rub. Okay. And then this last piece, you want to measure it. I'm going to cut off this border. Alright, so it's going to go there. And I'm going to pinch it so I can know where to cut it. Yeah, this is the type of measuring we do here, guys. Pinch and cut. That's what it's called. Okay, let's cut off this extra. Alright. And then we're going to fill this in right there. Use my bone folder. I'm going to cut off a smidge of extra. That's it. Go ahead and follow your lines. Not your lines, your circles. You can get white hole reinforcers at the Dollar Tree. Another idea, though, if you don't have a cutter or 2 circles to make hole reinforcers, you can buy the dollar store ones and you can ink them to whatever color you'd like them to be. I forgot about that option. Just let them dry so they don't transfer on your project. Alright, and then you also need this little sentiment here. I'm going to add some, this says plant smiles, grow laughter, harvest love. I'm going to add some dimensionals to the back. Now this is going to go on the front of the bag for a little decoration. And then I'm going to, you guessed it, finish it off, but I'm going to use the big ones this time. I'm going to use 4. Alright, and here we go. I'm going to use this organza ribbon that I found at the Dollar Tree. I thought it was nice and easy to use and lightweight this through. Actually, I'm going to go underneath. I'm going to go from the back and then thread it through the other side. You can make these as long as you want. I mean, just how long you ever want your handles to be. That works for me. So I'm going to tie these in a knot, and then I'm going to secure it with a little hot glue off to the side, since these are bigger than the holes. I'm going to just double knot that. Leave a little tail on the end so you can have somewhere to glue your hot glue. So I'm just making a little dot to the left of it, threading it through, and I'm putting the knot on that glue dot. See? Right there. And I'm going to do the same thing for this side. When you're doing the second side, be sure to measure so your handles can be even. All right, there we go. There are the, here's the box. Super cute. How adorable is this? This is just so cute to hold your tags in. So, I have some tissue paper that, you know, feel free to put whatever color in here you want. Green would look cute. I thought maybe black, but I don't have any black tissue paper, so just going to use this little floral tissue paper that I have. And let's see, these are semi-dry, So we can go ahead and put them in here carefully. Put them right in there. Bring out the tissue paper. How cute is that? Super cute. I love it. You can give this as a gift. Alright guys, I hope you enjoyed this tutorial. I hope you will try it. Tag me on Instagram. Let me know if you tried this at home. I love to see your recreation of this gift set. This makes a great gift for friends, family, co-workers, neighbors, and of course, Mother's Day. This would be cute. Depending on the paper, if you don't use this or not, it'll be super cute. So don't forget to check the description box for the paper links and the glue links and the bottle links and whatever links I said I was going to put. When I go back and edit the video, I'll make sure I put them down below. Alright guys, I will talk to you soon. I am going to make another set of this. I think this turned out super cute, and I'm going to make another set. So leave a comment down below. I might be giving away one of them. Alright, bye. Hey guys, don't forget that there are 2 ways to be eligible to win prizes this month on my YouTube channel. One is a challenge giveaway, and the other one is It's the Link Party Volume Number 4. All are eligible to play, so don't forget to check the links down in the description box for your chances to win and the opportunities for entries. Alright, talk to you later. Bye.